Hi guys, it's Les here over in West Yorkshire. Thank you very much indeed for joining me today. Well, I've had a hectic week, a busy week, and it's now Saturday afternoon, late Saturday afternoon. It's 5 o'clock just turned, and it's time to de-stress. So what am I going to be doing? Well, I'm going to show you this first. This is the stance, if you like, or the pose that I've been trying to generate with all these various action figures that I've had, and this is the first time I've been able to do it. And this particular one is the Phicen body. This is the M30 version, the shorter version if you like. And what I've got Arnold Schwarzenegger's face on it, his head. And I've got him in the pose where the Terminator lands. You know, when he comes out of that electric storm, zzz, zzz, and he lands in a ball of fire kind of thing, a crater. And this is the stance I've got him in. But you'll also notice that he's sat on a little plinth. Now, this little plinth is more than just a plinth. Look at that. He rotates. It's a revolving plinth. I think that's absolutely marvellous. It's great for me for taking videos, because obviously when I'm trying to do a video or something I've finished and I'm trying to walk around it and the video's all over, I mean, I can't even watch it and I've took it. So this should help that, you know, be able to put it on, video it as it's going round, and then I can either speed it up or slow it down or whatever. Anyway, I was just going to tell you about these stands. This particular one, it can take up to a kilo, so about £2 just over in weight on the turntable. And it's operated by 4 AA batteries. Or it also comes with a power adapter. This is a UK 3-pin power adapter, so that can fire it as well, depends where you are. Price of them revolving tables is just £18.89, and that includes the post, so that's pretty good. Came in about a week, and that came off a seller on eBay called UK-Godox Studio. I'll put a link in the description, and I'll probably put a link on screen there as well. Like I said, that's £18.89, and it is a, let's see how wide it is, 16 centimetres wide. Now for this particular pose it would probably have been a bit better if I got the wider one, because his legs stuck out the back. But when I purchased these I was thinking more along the lines of standing figures, so I'll probably get a bigger one as well. But I thought they were really good for that. And there's also, incidentally, I'll just switch it the other way, if you're wanting to make it a little bit more, let's say it's night time and you've got this on your stand at back, you can make it look a lot more dramatic, because on this you flick the switch one way and it revolves, but if you flick it the other way you also get a light, and as it comes round you'll probably see that light. So on a night time when it's lit up and it's all dark around, it'll look fantastic, because you'll see all the shadows, you know, that the light's casting on it. Can you see the light? Hopefully you can. I mean, even in the daylight I can see it's casting shadows on his thigh, and it's picking up all the muscle detail on it. So it's going to look fantastic at night, that, isn't it? But for the purposes of this, I'll turn that off. I'll just leave him spinning a bit. Right, so what am I actually going to do, having said that? Well, I've got one of my usual 11 quid bodies. The exchange rate's changed a little bit, so this week they're 11 quid. And this is one of the ones with the Hot Toys fitting. In other words, it's got like a peg on the top rather than a ball. You know, some of them are like a ball connected with a rod. This one is like a, I'll show it in close-up like, but this one's like a flat disc, if you like. And I've got this particular body in use today because the head I've got going on it is also that fitting. It just makes life so much simpler. And the outfit I'm putting on is this superb looking Joker outfit. And this is the Joker outfit as in Heath Ledger's version of Joker. So we've got a green waistcoat and stuff like that, a patterned shirt, we've got shoes and all sorts of bits and pieces in here. And this coming with, it's extremely detailed, is that. I'll give some prices of these. The head sculpt, which you've not seen yet, cost £17.20, and it came from a seller on eBay, this one. It was called 16 Seller Forever, and the 4 is a number. I'll put a link on screen and in the description. £17.20 that one. I've also got some gloved hands, which seem to have gone missing somewhere. But there's a packet of gloved hands, I'll show you. Purple, which are for the Joker, and they came off a favourite buyer of mine, if you like, who I buy a lot from, is Tony Workshop over on eBay. We've had heads and all sorts of stuff off him. Anyway, the packet of 4 hands were £7.99. I'll show them in a sec. The body, like I say, was £11, and it's described as a nude Caucasian action figure narrow shouldered version. That's what that came. 11 quid. And the outfit itself is described as it's a full outfit, and it's by CGL Toys, and it costs £37 for the full set. So that's really what you're going to get in this. And the last two items came from KG Hobby over in Hong Kong. So they've got a really good range of stuff over there. So anyway, now I've spoke about it, I'm just going to tear these bags open before I dive down onto the table and show you what I'm up to, just so that you've got it in more detail. Now we've got one of the little plugs missing on his shoulder, but I'm sure that that's in the bag. Indeed it is, I can see it there. These things are always falling out. For me, to be honest, it doesn't really matter if they're in or out because they're going to have clothes on them. So it's only covering the screw head, that's all it is. But I'll put it back anyway, if I can work it out. These are actually shaped, you know, so they might be thicker at one side than they are at the other. Right, so that's him back in. That's our body, fully functional. Yeah, nice neck, everything as it should be. So that's the empty bag. We've also got a bag of various bits and pieces. Now I will need his feet out of this, will I? Have a look. Sometimes these shoes have got a ball and socket. Yep, that's a ball and socket. So what I can do with that is take the foot adapter pegs out of this bag, because I'm going to need them. We won't need the actual feet themselves, just the pegs. So let's get them. Now these are already installed in the feet, so we're going to have to pull them out, which is easier said than done. I might have to get my pliers. I'll be back in a sec. Pliers at the ready. So we're going to get these balls out of his ankles. I have to be careful with it. I don't want to snap them. Very, very tight. There we go. That's one. And number two. Now I did actually make, you know how I was talking about making some neck connectors that are universal, if you like. I made some. I made actually a little mould. I made a little mould here. What I actually did, I got one of the ones where one ball is bigger than the other on the little stick, isn't it? So you've got a biggish ball, a little stick, and then a small ball. Well, the small ball fits pretty much everything, but I haven't found anything yet for the big ball. So all I did is ground the big ball down so it was the same size on both sides. And then I made a mould out of silicone. And then I've cast it out of resin. But unfortunately, the resin I've chosen is too brittle. So when you try and move it or pull it out, because they are still stiff, it just snaps off. So I've got some more rubber down there, or some more plastic, but it's like a flexible plastic. So I'm going to try that one next. So in the meantime, we'll get his other ankle post out. Right, so we've got them now. I don't need this stuff. This is basically spare for now. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. We'll get rid of that. Right now then, we've seen all that before, so my next thing I can do really is open this bag, but I want to open this bag on full view for you so you can see what's in it. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to put the camera on the table looking down, and I'll see you in a sec. Right, so this is a little outfit that we've got set up, and they're the two leg posts or foot posts that I've just removed from the feet. Now you'll see they're quite short, but what you'll also find in various kits that you get over a period of time is you also get these longer ones, so that you can actually make your action man, if you like, taller by using that. It looks to be, I mean, that's the normal size. It's not very much, but you know, it's going to make equivalent of somebody that's 5'8", probably 6 foot. So that's the difference. That's what that's for. It's to make it a little bit taller. I'm tempted to use the taller one, but I don't know what this is going to be like, so I'm going to use the default ones this particular time, and if I think it might need the longer ones, I'll do that, but for now we're going to do that. So what I'm going to do with these, I'm going to put these in its legs, so I don't forget, because like I said, the feet, the shoes in here have got little holes in them, so they're designed for this to be stuck straight into, like that. Can't do the other one. I'm putting these in because no doubts they'll roll off a table and I'll lose them. Bit tight. There we go. So that's his feet pegs in place. So I can put him to one side, but also put my head to one side for a second and concentrate on this baby. So I'll just remind you then, this came from KG Hobby and it cost £37 and it's a full outfit for the Joker and it's made by CGL Toys. It comes, as you can see, in a kind of a grip seal bag, anti-static thing I think. And these are the bits we've got, look, look. Let me just show you these shoes. Can you see that? That's the shoes. Come on, focus. Excellent, eh? They're like a suede effect with laces, and you can see those. You can see those holes that I was talking about for the pegs. To put them there. And this is his coat. Look, look. Lined. It's lined. There's socks. We've got a coat, which is also lined in the same orange. We've got a shirt, just like he has. A tie. Let's just get all this out. Oh, look at that. Isn't that super? Just look at that. Fabulous, eh? Fab. Now then, on the inside, this has actually got little buttons on it, look, little press studs. Tiny little press studs. We'll just pop it all open. Get this tie off. Top feels like it's been starched and all. That's his tie off. Inside we've got a green waistcoat. Look at that lurid green. Little press stud fastening again. Lined again. Incredible, isn't it? That's his shirt. And he's got a pair of trousers. And it's even got a chain on it, look. Like he has. Look at that. Fab. Absolutely fab. That's his coat. Bit of cotton end in here I'm going to have to do. Very good. Super. And look at that. It's like a velvet material. Feels like moleskin. Split at the back, split tails. Button detail down the sleeves. Little flaps. Actual pockets. They're actual pockets. That's marvellous, is that? Absolutely superb. Right, so what am I going to do first? Well, let's do it in reverse. So, what I'm going to have to do first is get his trousers on, aren't I? Because I'm going to have that on the outside, I think. Should I have it on the outside? Or should I tuck it in? I think if I leave it on the outside. What do you reckon? We'll leave it on the outside to start with, so we'll put his trousers on. So what we got? We've got a Velcro fastening. Try this. Just get my implement. My finger replacement, if you like. I suppose. Get it off. So that's his trousers. Doesn't they look brill? Personally. So far, so good. Right, what next? Shirt next. So I think, looking at them, will these hands go through that? I think I'm going to be better off removing those hands. Like so. Then we'll have his arms up. One. Two. I mean, I think personally, Heath Ledger's Joker was probably the best of the Jokers. Jack Nicholson was fabulous as well, but unfortunately, the acting itself seems to have taken a toll on Heath Ledger and sent him to places he really shouldn't have gone. But I think it's one of the things that happens to some actors and actresses, that they get too involved in the role. You know, I think that's probably what happened. Come on. Just trying to get this elbow in the right position. That's one. Difficult to manoeuvre the arms, so what you've got to do, you've got to rotate the entire thing. To get his shirt out, but then you've got to remember to rotate it back. Shirt trap there. Come on, there we go. We get in there. Right, now I've got it on, I've got to straighten him all up. I think that's about right. Now then, I'm not going to put it all together. I'm not going to fasten it up and whatnot because I've still got all the other bits to put on it. I'm not sure how it's all going to fit together. If I fasten it up, it might make it all a little bit tight. So that's looking pretty good. I like the colour combinations. You know, it's nice matching colours, aren't they? That arm's not right, is it? Look. Where's his elbow gone? Trying to find his elbow. There it is. Oh, twisted. Where's your elbow now, mate? Where's it gone? There it is. See, once it's in the clothes, you can't see where the arms are, can you? Better. Right. So the next bit, I think, is going to have to be the waistcoat, isn't it? Yeah, waistcoat. I think I'm going to have to fasten this up, aren't I? This is going to be good, isn't it? Let's fasten this up. Tiny little press studs. And another one. I'll leave that top one open. Right, waistcoat. It's incredible the detail on this. I would have thought that they'd have taken enough time to actually line the clothes of a scale figure. This is always good, isn't it? Trying to get arms over things. There we go. Lovely colour. Detail on the back, look. The back of his waistcoat, I hadn't noticed that previously. See that? Looking good, looking good. Looking real good. Right, now then, I'm going to leave this for a second. And I'm going to look at these. These are socks. They're actually, it's just a tube. Because you're going to just see the flash of ankle, aren't you? So what we're going to do with these is slide these over these pegs. Like that. Up inside. You see how that's working? It's not a sock over the foot, it's just a sock over the bottom of it, because the rest of it's going to be inside the shoe. Same with the other one. Like that. Right, now I'm going to put this tie on. I probably should have done this first, shouldn't I, before I put the waistcoat on. But there you go. Just pull it out a bit. I'm sorry if I'm talking to myself, because that's what I'm mainly doing. I'm just sort of thinking out loud for you. But in your head you haven't got a volume control, have you? Get this flicked forward. Now what I might do with this, depending on what mood I'm in, is I may very well dirty it down. You know, make it look like the Joker's been out on having a good time. So, but it depends how good it looks, and you know, whether I want to basically destroy it by dirtying it. This is good fun. This is real good fun. Implement time. Try the other end. Oh, come on. Come to dandy. Right. Well, that looks a bit clumsy, but I've not dropped it. What I'm trying to do is get it back of this collar. I might have to pull this towards me so I can control it better. Right then, finally got it back on. That was a bit tricky, getting this this tie back round his neck, but nevertheless, there it is, and it's done. So what I'm going to do now is put this coat on. I'm going to put this coat on. So this time I think we should be able to just put the arms out sideways, and I'm going to wriggle it as I usually do. I find it usually helps, not necessarily always. At that time, not going to help. It is. That's a very thin sleeve, is that? This has got a press stud on it as well. I'll have to fasten this. Just pop that. Fingers are going. Yeah, that's one. try again. One. I think what I'm going to have to do here is get some tweezers to pull that sleeve down, because it is pretty tight in there. Right, this is going to be good fun. Hey, this is always good, this one. I'm going to have to turn that again. Come on, baby. Oh, just. Right, what I'm going to do now, before I get too carried away with this, I'm going to get some tweezers so I can pull the sleeves of everything out from under his coat sleeves. So I'll be back in a second. Right then, here we go. Tweezers at the ready. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to have to get these sleeves and whatnot from up this other sleeve. I assume. Yeah, there it is. Try this one. This one's further up. There we go. I can felt that come down then. So there it is. Really, our Joker. What I'm going to do, I'm going to have to cotton end these bits because they're going to drive me mad. So let me get my scissors. In fact, what I'm going to do, because they're so small, I'm going to use my scalpel. Because these are going to be too small for scissors, I think. They'll just come off anyway. I mean, this is just me being finicky. You have to make sure that you're not going to cut the thread though. You know, the actual stitch. This is just the cotton end bit. Sometimes it's better to burn it off with a little lighter, but I don't know what material this is, so it may very well just go up. Anyway, you get the idea. That's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be going all over it and picking off any cotton fibres and whatnot, just to tidy it up, because in scale that little bit of fluff there would be massive, wouldn't it? It'd be like having a handkerchief at the end of his shirt. I'm going to use scissors on that bit. These scissors are a bit big, mind you. You see how that's instantly tidied that up? And what I can do is further make it look better by just going over them white bits. I'll do it just for the sake of it, just to show you. Even something as simple as a felt tip pen of an appropriate colour. See? That's gone now, isn't it? So anyway, that's what we've got so far. So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to put his feet on. Ooh, I'm getting all excited now. Now, I don't know if there's a left and a right. I think that's left and right. Do you think? What do you think? That way, right? So let's get these in. bit stiff. That's one. And the other one. Oh, you have to apply quite a bit of pressure. Let me just pull that back. There we go. That was a bit stiff. Oh, pulled his trousers down now. That was a bit stiff getting that second foot in the hole, but we finally got it on. Pull his trousers back up. So that's what we've got so far. Look, that's pretty good, isn't it? Now I don't know if he wears this coat as well as this, as well as this, as well as this, as well as this. So I mean, it's going to be ginormous, isn't it? But what I'll do, I'll fasten this waistcoat because that's gonna give it life, like, and it's going to give it legs once he's got this shut. That's one. It's pretty tight. Pretty tight. So I don't know if it's intended to wear all these various bits at once. No, that's not going to go in there, is it? I'll try it further up. That one seems a bit better. That's one. It's his belly that's fat. Not the bottom one. Implement. The middle one is pretty tight. I'm not going to get that in, I don't think. So I'll leave that one out for now. What do you reckon? You see what I'm doing? It's all these little bits, like, isn't it? Make it. Wish I could get that one shut. Fingers are really going now. No, sounds like it goes in, but it don't go in. Try that. No, not going to go in that one. I think the peg's a little bit bent. That middle one just don't want to go in, so I'll have to come up with some alternative to that, but I'll have a look at that later. I think it's just a little I think it's the little peg that's bent. So anyway, that's what we've got so far. So what am I going to do? What have I to do next? I want to try this coat on. I mean, it does look good, doesn't it? It wants straightening up still. Great detail on it, isn't there? Look at these buttons here, look. Fabulous, that, isn't it? Right, let's have a go at this coat. Yes, you see, if you put the coat on, you can't actually, you're not going to be able to see the sleeves or anything. So perhaps you don't need that coat on. Let's try and get this arm in again. There we go. What do you think? Is that Brill or what? Hey, is that Brill? Or what? Right, now then. We want this. And we also want them gloves. And here are the gloves. And here are the gloves. So what we've got here, we've actually got 4 hands. It's a pack of 4 hands in the Joker colours, obviously. And we've got 1 hand where he's just kind of gesturing, you know, like this kind of thing. I'm telling you, baby. And that's the kind of thing he's doing there. And we've got 1 where he's holding something. Perhaps, I don't know, a spear or some description, you know, like this. That's what that's for. We've also got a left trigger finger and a right trigger finger. We can fire guns with either or both hands. So I think, well, I'll put the hands on later, because what I want to do first is show you this head. Now this is the head that came from 16 Seller Forever. That's the name of the seller. £17.20 off eBay. And this is what we get, look. Nice padded box. And there he is, look, the Joker. Fabulous, eh? Incredible, isn't it? Absolutely incredible. So what we're going to do is stick this head on. Now it's the same fitting. You know, I said I selected the body based on the fitting of the head, so this should just pop on that this peg here. As I should do. Let's try it. Now the last time I did this, it was pretty stiff. So let's just try. Yeah, not quite on. I'll have to pull it to me to get some pressure on it. There we are. It's on, look. That looks pretty good, I think that looks pretty good anyway. It wants obviously some titivating. But I think I'm going to have that jacket open actually. Because I want to see that tie. You know, I want that detail. Let me get my fingernail in. There we go. Like that. I think that's a better display way. What do you think? So let's try these hands now. Now then, what I've got to do, I've got to get these connectors out of the actual hands, because these hands don't come with the pegs. So I'll just get my pliers on these and get them out. Now it's often easier if you warm these up so that you can get them out easier. That's one. Two. So now I've got these pegs out of his hand, we've got to put them in these. So it's a little ball that fits in there. Again, I'm going to have to bring this towards me so I can put some pressure on. Very, very hard is that. Just do that a little bit. Right, that's one. So we've got a trigger finger. So I think I'm going to put that on here. And should just pop in like his original hand. I think there's too much clothes. I don't think it needs this coat. You know, with this outfit, because you can't hardly move it, look, because it's there's so much clothing up there. Let me just see if I can get some of it pulled down. You know, it's made like a blockage. You know, that's what it is there. Oh, popped his hand off. That's one bit. That's better. Put that hand back on. Like that. Same at the other side. Now on the other side I think I'm going to have him just pointing. Can I have that hand? Is that the right hand? No, that's the wrong hand. So he's going to have to have this. So I'll put this other peg back in here, look. Again, I've had to bring it towards me so I can get some pressure on it. Because they are pretty stiff. Right, now we can put this back on. I've got the tweezers up his arm again. The same as I did before. See, you can see in there, look, you see now? We've got layers of clothing. So we've got his outer coat, his inner coat, and his shirt just down there. So that's kind of freed it up again. So let's get this Danny back on. Like that. There we go. Now it's looking better, isn't it? Now he's looking better. Now you tell me that's not superb. That's excellent, is that? Pull that up so I don't want to see his neck. Super, is that? The detail is incredible. So what I'm going to do now is I'll come back up to me and we'll accessorise him up a little bit more, see if I've got a gun or something like that for him. But I'll show you him stood up. Right then, so let me just tidy my desk up a little bit. Get rid of my rubbish, tools and scissors and whatnot. Plastic bag. Right, leave it at that. Right there. So here he is. That's quite incredible, is that? I mean, like I say, you've just seen, I've only just set it up. There's a lot of tweaking to do on it yet, so that it looks its best. Just adjusting these trousers. See, on this particular stance as he's stood up, you can't see his socks. But when he's sat down and he might have him cross-kneed, you can see his colourful socks under there. So what's it look like stood up? Let's have a look. Well, he's fallen over drunk. What do you think to that? Move his collar round at the back. I've got that up. Now I think for about 60 quid altogether, isn't it? For about 60 quid. That is one humongous tie for those big boys, isn't it? So what I'm going to do now then is see what I've got. What have I got in here, mate, that you can fire? Have I got your gun? Well, it's a little bit crazy, isn't it? Well, it's a lot crazier, like, isn't it? So I think we're going to have him with one of these babies. In fact, you can have two, cock. You can have two. So I'm going to let you have one machine gun. Yeah, let me have this machine gun. Not quite going to hold that. Oh, it is. Just. Oh, his hands have come off. That hand's come off. That. So that machine gun's a bit too big for him. Sorry, mate, you might have to have a dagger. But you probably prefer a dagger, being crazy and all that. There. Well. Get this hand peg in. This is the thing when you've got so many clothes on it, layers. If you get one of the layers trapped, you're screwed. I'm going to roll this arm up now to get this peg in. Because what's happening is that the clothes are getting in front. That's in. No, it's not. Tool required. This one. That hole is not quite big enough. I think it will be now. Hand back on. That's absolutely super. Let's get the egg on. That's too big. You don't want that one. What have we got in here? We got a revolver. Oh, I tell you who has got a revolver. Our friend here. Come on, give it back. He can borrow his gun. This one will fit. What do you reckon? I'll tweak him up. I'll set him up in some poses. And then what I'll do is I'll stick him on this revolving stand to give you a better idea of how good he is. But what we can do, because he's a faller over, which a lot of them are, we've got one of those cheap £2 stands, straightforward, and I think they're up, as you can see behind me, they're all in use. The great value for money is these, and they offer just enough sort of purchase, if you like, without being too overpowering. You know, with regards to the actual stand itself. In fact, I could probably put that up his back. Like that. So you'd see even less of it now, won't you? Better. That's better. So that's what I'm going to do. Anyway, that's the basic outfit. I'll just run through these things again for you. The head came from the seller called 16 Seller Forever on eBay. Cost £17.20. The set of 4 gloved hands were £7.99 from Tony Workshop, again over on eBay. The body itself, which was the narrow shouldered version, was £11 from KG Hobby, and the full outfit of clothing and whatnot, that was £37, and again that was from KG Hobby as well. So altogether, 60, 70 quid. Super outfit. Now if you wanted to go out and buy that, to get this outfit, something like this, you'd be looking at about 150, 160 quid. So not only have I enjoyed doing it, and will continue to enjoy doing it, because I can set him up with different poses. We can set him up in some quite ridiculous poses with, you know, some of the other ones up here. That's the fun of it, you see. But of course, if you get sick of seeing him in this guise, you can always just take the coat off, and it's a different figure then, because it's a different colour overall, isn't it? Or perhaps you just want to see him in the waistcoat on its own. That would look nice, wouldn't it? Just that. So I'll do some filming now of various poses that I can get him in, just to give you an idea what you can do with it. But anyway, that's it for this video, folks. I'm now de-stressed. I don't know what time it is. What time is it now? It's now 6:20, so it's taken me an hour, hasn't it? So I've de-stressed for an hour for that. So anyway, that's it for this video, folks. Hope you liked it. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and you get an email as soon as I do a new video. In the meantime, take care, and I shall see you in the next video.